Hello, friends. That thing's set to follow me. Notice this sign. We are at the downtown Teddy Baker Park in Freeport, Illinois, and it says that the Jane Addams Trail is that way. We are at mile 0. It says the West Block Trailhead is 4.1 miles, and also that Scioto Mills is 6 miles. We're going to take a look. Majority start from the West Block Trailhead. Here's what we're going to do, though. I'm going to turn around because there's a point of interest for me when I'm down here. And that is, since I'm a kayaker, the level of the river, the Pecatonica River. If you looked at one of my other videos just previous to this, I got too far away from the drone and it lost its connection. And I pointed out on that video, what does the DJI Neo 2 do if it loses the subject? Can you see that? There's the river level. There's the kayak and the canoe launch and the boat launch. The river is up, but not excessively. So now, let's do that trail ride out towards the West Block Trailhead from downtown Freeport. Since it said mile marker 0, officially, this is where that trail starts. We don't lose our connection or run into trouble with protected fly zone. I think there is one in Freeport somewhere. Okay, so you can see our little bike icons here. Give you a little, many years ago that was the Burgess Battery factory. There were a lot of factories here in Freeport. A lot of them. A long time ago. As long as I can see me on my smartphone screen, I know that we haven't lost the drone. Downtown recycling. You can bring your stuff down here. Certain items, metal and stuff. Downtown Freeport. Oops. Let's go over here. This is technically the trail. You can see it's marked. Right up here. I was in there yesterday. Is one of Freeport's, maybe it's the only one, bike shop. Lady named Sarah, I guess. PHK Bikes. I was in there yesterday. They'll fix your bicycle. She has a technician there. She sells conventional pedal bikes and e-bikes, and they'll fix them too. She has a lot of them for sale. Go on in there. This was the old McNess factory here. I don't know what they do here now. I just said it's available, so maybe they do nothing. There is the Union Dairy over there, backside of it. There is, I guess it's called Debate Square. Freeport, one of Freeport's only claim to recognition or, I don't know if you'd say fame. Uh, Abraham Lincoln and Stephen Douglas debate, obviously prior to the Civil War. And the trail goes this way. Heads up, this battery, I thought it had a full charge. I've got a couple more in my pocket. They're expensive, whatever. They don't have much life. But you can't put a really heavy battery on a super light drone like the Neo. I saw some people trying to retrofit to get more life another battery, which they designed and connected, on top of the Neo 2 that's flying behind me. And you get a little more battery life out of it, but you just made a drone that was engineered to be very light. You just made it very heavy, much heavier. But yes, they got more life out of it, but you sacrifice functionality, and that's about the end of that. I have no desire to do that. I paid the extra money and stuck a couple of batteries in my pocket, and I'll just live with that. You can buy the RC controller for this drone with the joysticks, but as you can see, I wouldn't be able to control joysticks on a bicycle. So I'm exercising the follow me function. Many years ago, you used to be able to drive a vehicle across this bridge. For a long time now, that is no longer true. So now we are on this bridge for bikes and pedestrians, and there is Pecatonica River. Again. All right, I'm going to go over a little bit. Hopefully I don't run into many of these branches. Rained last night, so now we're coming down to Freeport's used auto parts and salvage yard. Ugh. Birds are singing. Robin. Early bird gets the worm. I don't know where they got that saying from, but I'm up early, and the first bird I hear singing is the robin, shortly followed by the sparrow, house sparrow. So, I always wonder, they used to have a train spur railroad track that came somewhere around here where they could load all this junk to take it away. 100,000 steel vehicle wheels. And now they just seem to sit there for decades. This is, so you can pick up that trail anywhere downtown. I started at Point Zero at that Teddy Park downtown. Here's our Gills trash and disposal. Right there. Mine gets picked up mandatorily. You got to pay for it, like it or not. If you rent or own a home here. All right, technically, I'm supposed to be over here. So much for following the rules, huh? Previously, I lost my signal right up ahead. When that river gets really high, the Pecatonica is right there. When it gets really high, this goes underwater. Not so much here. It does, but it's really high, really, really, really high. And up here for sure. misnomer. No motor vehicles. New laws and rules are coming into effect here concerning e-bikes. Mine is 750 watts, but it's never been a real fast bike. It is pedal assist. See my feet moving? It is pedal assist. On that previous video, I said cornfield. Actually, it's soybeans. But when I lost the signal, real close to where we are right now, up here, I picked up the pace to like 20 miles an hour. And somehow the drone lost me. I don't know how or why. Who knows? Interference, Wi-Fi, something. Who knows? And it stayed there till I came back and kind of drifted out into the field. But it stayed there. Battery got low, and I had to drive out into the field to get it. You can see Highway 26 north of Freeport. We are now a little bit north of Freeport. And I'm hoping, it's just beautiful, I love it. When the river's really high, that all leaches or seeps out into that field. Wow. Didn't I say something about a short battery life? Right now it says we have 94%. Change batteries, continue on. Highway 26. It is closed, but if you go right over here and cross the highway, there is what's called the wetland. But since the river has been up, pretty sure, I'm not going there today, but it's a beautiful little spot. People fish. There's a platform there and all that where you can sit, and the water birds go there. Lots of them. Eagles, pelicans, egrets, you name it. It's just beautiful and peaceful. People fish there and they catch catfish and carp. That's what I've seen people catch. I put my kayak in there once and paddled around. Its water level is dependent upon the river. And so when the river comes up, which it just did, they close it and it goes underwater. So now we will be coming up on Highway 26 north of Freeport. This did not used to be here years ago. It is a storage facility. Now hopefully we have good luck here. It's the time of the day where there may be a lot of traffic. I'm hoping not. Right now, oh, look at that. No traffic. Okay, we crossed Highway 26. There's a new donut shop or breakfast shop over there. And Morgan's Boat Sales has been there forever. There are boats there. It says canoe and kayak launch a mile and a half ahead. Right here is the Freeport's version of the driver services, DMV or whatever you want to call it. Now I will pick up the pace here a bit when I get around the corner. Now it's called City Express. Right here. I don't know. These places change hands like you wouldn't believe. It was just called, or I wasn't paying attention, the Baymont. So now we're doing 14 miles an hour. Are we running away from the drone? Up here, I'm wondering and hoping that my drone doesn't get attacked by red-winged blackbirds, because they will come after you. Do you know anything about red-winged blackbird? They are territorial. Very green. We're kind of running alongside the river over here. It's down here a little bit. Hopefully I don't lose my drone and pick it up a little. There we go. Class 2 bicycle. E-bike. 20 miles an hour. It will go another mile an hour or two. Of course, downhill it's going faster than that. But it runs around that area. 20 or a little better. People are getting high powered, very fast, very long distance capacity e-bike, and they're going to make laws for them. I'm hoping that mine still falls under the class 2. You don't got to get license and driver's license and insurance. This bike is insured like a small motorcycle. Theft, collision, comprehensive, very cheap, like $11 a month or something like that. $10 to $11 a month. And I've had that insurance for a couple of years. This bike is 4 years old this month and has 6,438 miles on it. You heard that correctly. 6,438 miles it has on it. You're just following along with me from the ride from downtown Freeport. I do this ride. I started from 0, but many times I will just cut down and catch the path at some point in Freeport downtown. This drone had no problem keeping up with me at 20 miles an hour. Pretty cool, huh? I have had it lose its connection, and there's a term called flyaway. But that doesn't really, I haven't had that happen in follow mode. When I have put it in manual mode and control exactly where I want it to go, I have had it lose the connection over a river, a creek, and I was able to get it back and forth. For your information, unless they've changed it, you used to be able to buy DJI flyaway insurance when you purchased the drone. Not after, of course. Coming back over, that is the Highway 20 north of Freeport bypass. Now we're going to see if they opened up the trail here. Looks like they did. And just shortly they closed it because they were putting tar. Tar in the crack. And I imagine they're doing that because the grass was growing up crazy in the crack. Okay, so I don't know about it. I'm going. Follow me. We are getting close. Yep, they did. They put tar in the crack there. There's a little nature area up here. Was created. Actually, it just goes out into the field a little bit. And they mow it so that you can walk up there. I will show you. I don't know if you can read it. Hello, people, in honor of whoever did it, William and Marion Riley Parkway. And they mow it right here so you can walk up through there. Now, folks, we are coming up to the West Block Trailhead, Jane Addams Trail. I am going to cut across here. There are no vehicles in the parking lot this morning. This is a very popular place. See if I got enough battery to show you something. Follow me. West Block Landing. I'm a kayaker. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. All right. They put it back. Hey there. We're at the West Block Landing. Have to do a... it doesn't seem right to me, but I thought this thing floated out when the river came up. But maybe it didn't. I don't know. That would be my mind and my memory. What do you think? Should I take a chance out here? Will I lose me and the drone in the water? This is a kayak landing here. Kayak launch and boat launch. Pretty cool at the Jane Addams Trailhead West Block. And the river is up and going very fast. I hope my drone does what it's supposed to do. Took you. It's muddy. Whoa! Even with my Crocs on. Whoa! Mud on plywood is slippery. So, see my bike? The birds, for birders, bird people, this place is a little paradise. There's a picnic tables here. Tables you can sit on. And for birders, this is a really cool place, but you won't be able to pick that up. Follow me. We're going to go up to the parking lot here, Jane Addams Trailhead. Maybe it was Jane Addams downtown. I don't know. I certainly don't know everything. All right, we got a biker coming down. He's getting pretty prepped up here. Got his brake colors and this is going north. We are about to come under the Highway 20 overpass here and go up the trail. Heading towards what I said earlier, towards Scioto Mills. I took this trail up to Monroe, Wisconsin on my e-bike one. My bike doesn't have that much range, so I had to put some juice in it in Monroe to make it back. This is really cool, a very popular trail. An old railroad track from years ago, which all over the country they do that now. When they pull up the railroad track, Right now it's very damp and cool from a rain last night. You get to come along. Perhaps people can't come here, or those that haven't might want to. I'm not advertising the trail, but one of my favorite rides. So, you will come along. And previous to owning an e-bike, I brought my regular other bike. I had Specialized type mountain bike. Had a very nice Schwinn mountain bike. I think it was a Schwinn Boundary. Very nice. I sold it. Like I say, this is bird heaven here. A lot of birds singing, which I can hear and you probably can't. It's darken up a little bit. The trees hang over the trail. Very damp and wet and cool here, almost always. You can come here in the winter if you want to. There is a trail. This trail, from where I was down at the river, does go the other way and crosses the Pecatonica. And then it ends in the summertime. In the winter, because there's a gate there, in the winter, the local or northwestern, whatever, snowmobilers open that gate and the snowmobilers can go all over. On our left here, you might not be able to see that on the drone, the body of water that always fills up depending upon the level of the river. Pecatonica is very flood-prone river. I have before, come up through this very wet, damp area and searched for mushrooms of the morel kind. And this year, I haven't now for a long time, but I did on the trail run into a lady and her little boy, and they had a bag and they were hunting mushrooms. And I think that's in like the end of April, 1st of May, perhaps, about that time. They called it a long time ago. They called it the drone is trying to navigate. Got a rabbit in the trail. This is Winneshiek Road, north of Freeport. See any traffic? Let's go. There's pieces of the track, old railroad tracks. We're just taking a little ride on a trail that you may or may not have been on, north of Freeport. Very nice ride. You'll notice I'm not pedaling much. I can. Some days I like to get a lot of exercise, so I put it on its lowest pedal assist setting, 1, 0 if you like, and get more of a workout. Guess I'm lazy this morning. Running this drone, I wasn't thinking much about it. Backwaters, I call it mosquito breeding pond. Comes up with the river. It's level. Actually, there are people who, I don't know if they own the property or what down here, but a little trailer down there that they come on. Hopefully we don't get whacked by those. There's a place to sit and relax. Here's a bridge going over the little creek. Hope it doesn't hit that. Good. A little obstacle avoidance works pretty good on this DJI Neo 2. But I have crashed it. As long as I can see me on my smartphone on the screen, it's still following. Out into the sunshine, feels good. Little sign says driveway ahead, and there is, and there's a storage container there, and I don't go back there because it's probably private property. Yet got a farm all tractor over here. Cool. We are now, or you might hit this, I don't know. Let's find out. Nope, it avoided that low branch. This is Scioto Mills, very grown over. A friend of mine used to own a property here. And this is the Blue Room over here. Used to be a bar and a little place where people would come. There's a little, right there, there's bikes and tools that I think the owner of that property provides. This is, the road here is Scioto Mills Road, right here. Scioto Mill. And I don't know if they had a mill here or what. This over here is Richland Creek. It feeds right directly into the Pecatonica. Scioto Mills is where I'm going to end my trip. And for this trip, it took 3 batteries. Anyway, the Blue Room over here. And you can look that up. Blue Room, Scioto Mills, and it has a